Hey guys, I managed to just turn off my computer really randomly. How strange. I hope you guys are all good. Put something in the chat box and tell me whereabouts are you calling from. I want to know where in the world I am talking to. Vinny is in London. Oh, and I made Agaliki the host. Could you make me the host again, please? Oh, I am the host. Brilliant. Galaxy is from Kent. We've got Nigeria in the house. Also, guys, I am also streaming live to YouTube. There are 3 people watching now, and I want you to also be participating. So I'm going to be kind of juggling between you. But let's get started. Gemma's from Bucks. Hey girl, Gemma is in the house. Really nice to see you. Okay, let me just share my screen with you so we can get started nice and quickly. I also want to know who is a newbie, who is brand new to Forex. Maybe you know nothing about it. Maybe you're kind of like 2 weeks in. I want to know who is brand new. And you can tell me if you're new by putting a 1 in the chat box. 1 for I'm brand new. I want to see exactly who I'm talking to today. Who is brand spanking new? Sharon is new, Layla is new, Christina, Vinny, Gemma Bartlett is here. Hey, Ryan, guys, there are so many of you who are new here today. And honestly, what I want you to know is that whatever you think you know about Forex, I keep having to remember I've got my camera over here. I've got a new setup, so I'm kind of like trying to get to grips with everything, but bear with me, okay? Remember, we are all learning and growing together, okay? So I'm gonna do my best to like keep my focus over here, but I'm so used to seeing you guys I'm so used to seeing your videos. I love seeing your webcam. So if you've got a webcam, turn it on because I see every single one of you, okay? But guys, whatever you think you know about Forex, I want you to just park it and leave it at the door, okay? Because it is such a fantastic industry, which I've had the pleasure of getting to know quite deeply since August last year. And honestly, it has changed my life, and it is currently changing so many people's lives as well. So you've got to think about it this way, okay? If you are 20 years old or around that age and you don't have £1,000 or £2,000 in your account, and if you're older than 20 years old and you still don't have £2,000 in your account as savings, then something has got to change. Something has got to change. The majority of people in the UK don't have more than £500 in their account. The average person in the UK doesn't have more than £500 in their account, and that is really concerning. So learning this skill is just so handy. It's just such a handy skill to ensure that you can be comfortable and we're not having to work paycheck to paycheck or struggling month to month to pay our bills or, you know, X, Y, and Z. So that's why it's really important that I want you guys to just, if you have any ideas about what Forex is, or maybe the stereotypes, I mean, I know we've all seen Wolf of Wall Street, right? Not the most informative film, but, you know, this is just a massive opportunity. So for those of you who have already started your journey, started your education, congratulations. And for those of you who are new, let's go. We're going to learn some things today. So can you guys see my screen? You can see my little Kim Kardashian. Just throw something into the chat box so I know all of my tech is working. If someone, thank you, thanks guys. Also, I love the chat box. I love throwing some 7s in the chat, some emojis. If you've got some flames ready to go, hit them at me anytime. Okay, so first of all, I want to talk to the people who are already trading, okay? Because I hear a lot of things in our WhatsApp groups and our Telegram groups, you know, in our community, and I hear about so many people blowing their accounts. Guys, we are not here to gamble. That is not why we are learning this skill. We're learning this skill to become full-time, well, not full-time, long-term, sophisticated and smart, safe traders, right? We want to be protecting our account. We have to work like our own bank. So what we don't want to do is to be over leveraging or, you know, taking risks. And for those of you who are new, this is going to maybe sound like a foreign language, but we're going to go over some bits and pieces a bit later on in in this training session, okay? But I'm just talking to the people now who are already trading, okay? So we want to have proper risk management, guys. So pens and paper in hand, note takers are the money makers. With proper risk management, 2%, okay? We want to be doubling our account every month. That's just the basic. Everyone should be doing this. There's no reason why you can't be doubling your account every month, okay? So we start with £100, 0.01 lot size. So we always say 0.01 lot size per £100 in your account. Okay, so that means if we are trying to catch 50 pips, we're trying to make £5, right? On our 100, we're trying to make £5. We only risk £2 to make £5. So with that quick maths in mind, you would have to lose 50 straight trades in a row to blow your account. And I know that no one is that bad at trading. We may feel it, but nobody is that bad, okay? So you would have to lose 50 in a row to blow your account. That should not be happening. So what we do is we compound our account. £100, 0.01 lot size. We take smart and high probability trades and we try and make 5% every day. So that's £5, £5 a day. Okay. So, you know, to get up to the next 100 boundary, to get to £200, so we're doubling our money, all you need is 20 profitable days. So that's you having a good day, 4 days of the week, and maybe we don't work on Fridays because the market is kind of winding down on Fridays, right? And it's a bit boring. So £5 over 20 days, then you've doubled your money. You're up another £100. So you're up to £200, 0.02 lot size. And the same again, what's 5% of 200? £10. Okay, so £10 times by 20 days, that's another £200. You've doubled your money. You've now got £400 in your account, and so on and so forth. So you can see how quickly this is going to snowball, but you have to have the commitment. Just make sure you do your 5% every day, 5% and go. You can do it in an hour, guys. That's, you know, 50 pips per trade per day is 5 trades of 10 pips, which is quite small, very doable. 2 trades of 25 pips, or just one big trade with 50 pips, right? It's absolutely doable, okay? So I'm just saying it for the people at the back, please no over leveraging, okay? Safe trading, 5%, walk away. Enjoy the rest of your day, okay? Cool. So that's the lecture over. Now the real fun begins. So who am I? For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jessica. I am first and foremost a dancer. Ballet and choreography is my first love. But during university, I found that I was going to need a couple of other hustles to kind of get me through. So I started doing YouTube and leveraging this afro hair and made some money from that. And since graduating from my master's, I have been a dance teacher and a lecturer. I'm also a performing stunt artist. And throughout this whole time, I'm also on the DL a bit addicted to social media. So I'm a digital marketing strategist for a few companies. But, you know, all of these hustles have allowed me to become a homeowner in my flat that I'm in right now. And I bought this actually a year ago. But as soon as I bought my property, unfortunately, I was made redundant and I had no other way to pay my mortgage or my bills other than dance work, which we know isn't really that reliable. So I had to find a way to just make this work. I didn't have an option. Some of you guys have started from much better situations and I literally had nothing when I started. So I had to make it work. And well, somebody introduced trading to me and I honestly haven't looked back since. So if you're looking for an opportunity, maybe you've got some debt that you need to clear, or you know, you're thinking about saving up for that next big thing that you want in your life, trading is definitely the way forward in terms of having something extra alongside your 9 to 5 or alongside your working from home to keep things going. If you want to follow me over on Trade Creatives. You've got my little mobile phone here scrolling away. Trade Creatives, if you need any help whatsoever, I'm always available to chat because I'm always on my phone. Okay, cool. So again, for those of you who are new, who can tell me what kind of trend this is? We're going in early on our skills and drills. Who can tell me what trade this is? Guys, Des Ame is in the house. Des, listen, we need to get Des talking to you guys. Let's just do this quickly. Okay. What kind of trend is this, guys? So even if you're brand new and don't know anything about trading, what direction is this going in? What direction is this going in? Gemma's scared. Gemma, I see you. What direction is this going in? If you were to draw a line, an arrow, where would you draw it? iPhone's got it. Galaxy has got it. Monica's got it. It's a downtrend. The market is going down. Down? Yes, girl, you've got it. Okay, okay. Which direction is this one going? What is the direction? Where's the trend? Yes. Yes. Nice, guys. We have got a very nice uptrend here. Des is nodding. Yes, it's an uptrend. Now, who can tell me what's happening here? Who can tell me what is happening here? What trend is this? Gemma's in. Vinny, I like it. Stable. It's steady. Steady flow. Interesting, guys. iPhone is there. Guys, this is known as an area of consolidation, otherwise known as sideways movement. Okay, so we have got uptrends, we've got downtrends, and we've got sideways movement. If you can see those three things, that is all you need to be able to be a trader. That is all you need. A lot of it looks very, very complicated, but those are just extra bells and whistles that you add on top as you get better and better. But in order to actually make money off the market, all you need to know is what is an uptrend, what is a downtrend, and what is sideways movement. Gemma is very skeptical, but I promise you, it's as simple as that. And this is how I started, okay? Up, down, sideways. That's all you need. And the better you get, the more stuff you are going to be able to analyze. Before we go on, guys, because we're going to get into the deep stuff, okay? The deep education, and you're going to have pens and paper ready because note takers are the money makers. But guys, we've got Des Ame in the chat here. He is Chairman 10 of IM Academy and the director of AFA Academy, our wonderful trade house, who really takes care of everyone in this community. And I don't know, are you around? Are you able to say anything? I mean, I know you like to take notes in my session. I'm trying to give all that good information. Are you there?
I am indeed. I try to just sneak on and just camouflage myself at the back and just take my notes. But thank you for bringing me on. And sorry to kind of disrupt the flow, guys. I just want you to know that you are getting an insane amount of value here. Jessica Walker is one of our top educators on our platform, and anyone that's been on one of her sessions will know that she does nothing but deliver. The way she teaches, the way she breaks stuff down, guys. I've been in the academy. I mean, I'm the founder of the academy, but I've been trading for a long time now. But whenever I hear Jessica, I pick up something that I didn't quite pick up before. It's like watching my favorite movie. You know, when you watch your favorite movie and then you've probably watched it 100 times, but every time you watch it, you just pick up something new. But what I love about Jessica is the way she explains it. You know, even to this day, she says stuff and I'm like, wow, I never thought of it like that. So guys, I want you to ensure that you've got your notepads and your pens ready. It's insane amounts of value. And please do me a favor. And, you know, if you are on Instagram, follow her on Instagram. Tag her in anything that you post that's related to the basics training, and just enjoy the session because she puts so much effort into it. It's such a good session. And you know, pardon, sorry,
I bought equipment.
You've got, I know you saw that equipment actually. I was like,
what?
I know. Absolutely. And you know, she does this out of the goodness of her heart. You know, we don't pay her. She does it out of the goodness of her heart, and she gets nothing for this. She just does it because she loves impacting people. So that being said, guys, I'm going to hand you back to the main lady herself. But Jessica, thank you. I appreciate all that you're doing. Don't worry. I know that whatever you do, whatever you're going to do, trading, dance with, you're destined for great things. And I'm sure everyone that's close to you will know that too. Excellent stuff.
That's really lovely. Thank you so much, Des. Honestly, guys, Des is so fantastic. Like, he's taught me so much about money. I thought that I was good with money before, but Des has taught me an incredible amount. It's really, really important to actually have somebody, a figure, whoever in your life as a financial coach, because a lot of the things we're not taught in school. Whereas in Dubai, kids in years 5 and 6, they're 10 years old, they learn about this stuff. And we are kept completely in the dark about a lot of things. So having a financial coach or somebody, you know, to support you financially as you're getting older, especially for young people, so important. Okay. And for those of you who are in IM Academy, absolutely, like, speak to Des, speak to anyone in the groups. We can always give you support in terms of like how to redistribute your earnings from trading, if that kind of makes sense. But okay, let's get into the good stuff, guys. So we're all here because we are interested in this thing called Forex. But what does it actually mean? A lot of people talk about it, but don't actually know what it actually stands for. Forex literally means foreign exchange. It's just the two words put together. And it in itself is an international financial market, which is, there are so many people getting involved in this market. There are about more than $6 trillion that are passing hands every single day. And it's open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, and it opens 6 a.m. Sydney time, 6 a.m. Sydney time, and closes 5 p.m. New York time. So that's about 10 o'clock in the evening for us over here. And like I said, it's a massive industry, the biggest industry in the world. So if there is any opportunity for normal people to be taking advantage in an industry and actually be profitable from it, this one is actually a really, really good one to get involved with. Okay, so this is just a little chart that I made for you guys with all of the time frames for when the markets are open. So if you haven't got this, take a screenshot. It's really, really important. Not only is it important to know which countries are active during the day, because different countries have their own currency pairs, but it's going to enable you to create your own trading schedule. So maybe if you're a bit of a night owl, you might like to trade the Asian session, which is this time period around here. So Sydney and Tokyo are open. It's a very quiet session. There's not much volatility. So price is kind of moving in that sideways pattern, consolidation, right? And then it's not until between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. do we have the accumulation session. So money is being injected into the market and it starts to move. It's moving in a certain trajectory, which it then tends to continue on for the rest of the day. Okay, but then we have the London daybreak session, possibly the world's favorite session. It's got the highest rate of volatility. Money is moving at an incredible rate. And, you know, people in the US stay awake overnight to hit even an hour of the London session, even half an hour, because money is moving very, very fast. So, you know, if you're busy and maybe, you know, you've got commitments during the day, then maybe half an hour during the London session could be all you need to catch your 5% a day. Does that make sense? And then we have the New York session, which opens a little bit later on in the day. It's about, you know, afternoon, like between, I think it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon for us. And there's still a lot of volatility, but money is starting to slow down in preparation for that Asian session again. And it continues on this cycle every single day, Monday to Friday. We don't work evenings, or Christmas Day. Christmas Day is the only day that it will ever be closed. So it's also open on bank holidays. So guys, there is always an opportunity to be making money on this market. So who is actually getting involved in the movement of money? And to be honest, about 80% of the time it is institutions, and then 15% is made up of hedge funds, and then the rest of it is retail traders, okay? So the institutions include the commercial banks, and they sit at the very top and they manage large currency reserves and interest rates. So that's why it's really important that we just keep an eye on the news. Okay, so this is known as fundamentals analysis. Fundamentals analysis, knowing what's going on in the news, geopolitics, or, you know, like how, you know, international trade, things like that. It's just really important to have an awareness of, just so that you know how money could be moving during your day. Because they just control all the large currency reserves. So they will push money into different currencies depending on what's happening in the news. So anytime Boris Johnson or Trump comes on our screens, money is moving. And I promise you're going to see that when you start analyzing your own charts. Okay, and then we have the MCNs, which are the multi-channel networks, and they are trading the US dollar for the pound in really large quantities and then pushing it back into the US. So this is the hedge funds. Okay, and then we have the retail traders, the regular Joes and small businesses, you and me, from our mobile phones, trying to just get a little taste of the market, trying to catch some pips here and there. But guys, $6 trillion every single day, there is more than enough to go around. We just need to learn the skill as to how we catch those pips. Guys, we've got Agaliki who's in the house. She is one of the girls in the Trade Creatives team. Really, really nice to see you. Her motivational stuff is incredible. So the more, if you guys are in AFA or IM Academy, you're going to be seeing a lot more of her. Okay. Okay, so what is being traded, guys? So essentially you are buying one currency and selling the other. So exactly the same as when you go on holiday and, you know, you exchange your pounds for some dollars, you go shopping and get your pizza and all that sort of stuff. And then you come back to the UK and convert whatever you've had left over back to pounds. You may find that you get actually a little bit more or maybe less than you expected. And that's because money, the value of the dollar has gone up or down during that time. So that's literally what we're doing, but super duper fast from our mobile phones in like matrix speed. Okay. And anything that is paired with the US dollar is known as a major currency pair. So we have, for example, USD JPY. So that's the dollar against the yen. We've got AUD USD. So that's the Australian dollar against the US dollar. We've got CAD USD CAD. So the dollar against the Canadian dollar. So there are loads of different majors, and anything that is paired without the US dollar is known as a minor or a cross pair. So you've got GBP JPY, one of my favorites, or Euro GBP, that's the euro against the pound. Or you can have, for example, Kiwi CAD. So that is the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. So there are so many different cross pairs that you can also be analyzing and profiting off. And you're going to start to get to know your favorite currency pairs because you're going to get to know them very intimately. And when you find your favorites, that's when it becomes really, really fun. I promise you, I'm not obsessed with trading. It's very enjoyable once you get really deep into it. Okay. Okay. And then we also have our exotics. So with Corona and everything, you know, the exotics are becoming a lot more popular. They're just a bit more reliable in terms of how they move. So the Hong Kong dollar is one of them, the South African rand, the Mexican peso. There are so many. So that if you've got a particular interest in any country or any particular currency, then there's definitely going to be something for you. Having said that, if you don't even want to trade Forex, you can also trade commodities. So that includes oil, gas, metals, so gold, if you want to trade a bit of gold. I like to trade gold as well, and crypto. So if you guys heard about Bitcoin, there is definitely a course for you on IM Academy. So you guys can also do that too. Always good to have your knowledge on what's happening in digital currency, especially given the current circumstance of things. So that's kind of like the background context done. If you guys are still with me, throw something into the chat right now. Thumbs up, or maybe a 7. 7 could look a bit like a thumb, right? No, that's a double tap. You know what I mean. Vinny's there. Monique says hi. Gemma's with me. Cool. Okay, guys. Candles. This is something that you are going to see a lot. And it's time that you start getting used to them and understanding what they mean, okay? And each candle tells us something very particular about the market. This is the language of the market, and we need to learn what the candles represent. It may seem really complicated right now, but once you start doing your own analysis more, this is going to become very, very easy for you. And if you haven't got the Candlestick Bible, talk to your mentor and ask them why they haven't sent you the Candlestick Bible, okay? It's a very important document. And for those of you who don't have it, just message me because I can send you my version if you want, okay? So these candles, they tell us how money has moved in that particular time frame. So if you're looking at a 15-minute chart, this candle and this candle is representative of what has happened to money in that 15-minute period, okay? Same if you're looking at a daily chart. So looking at daily candles, each candle represents a single day. So where money has been in 24 hours. Again, if you're looking at a 1-minute chart, one candle represents 1 minute. Okay, so it just depends what time scales you're going to be looking at. A green candle represents a buy, and a red candle represents a sell. And I'm going to show you what all of these little areas mean, because it all means something very important. So what you have is the body and the wicks, okay? For a green candle, for a buy candle, price opens at the bottom. It explores all this area, explores up to this wick, and maybe it pulls down and explores down this way, but then it pushes back up again and it closes at the top, okay? So the wicks represent where money has been in that time frame, but the body shows us the open and the close within that time frame. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you're with me. So with a buy candle, opens at the bottom, closes at the top. Okay, and it's the opposite for a sell candle, for a red candle. So price opens at the top, maybe it's pulled up a little bit and it's pulled down a little bit, but it's actually pushed back up, and it closes at the bottom because it's a sell candle. So it has to open at the top and close at the bottom. Does that make sense? A buy candle opens at the bottom, closes at the top, and a sell candle opens at the top and closes at the bottom. And these candles come in all different shapes and sizes, but all of them mean something very particular. And you'll get to know this a lot more. But it will tell you exactly what happened to money during that time frame, so that you can make a better decision in preparation for the next move or the next 5 moves, depending on your time frame. Gemma is with me. Vinny is with me. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I made a demo swing. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, Turkish lira. That is amazing. That is amazing. Guys, also, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. So long as you have a mobile phone and the internet, you can be trading. So we have plenty of people who are, we've got people in South America, in Asia, in Africa, in Europe. Honestly, it's just so internationalist. It is great. Okay, so we're going to look at more of these candles right now because they are moving in a succession of waves, okay? And this is where our uptrends and our downtrends and our sideways movements come into play here. Glad I prepped you for that earlier, right? Okay, so let's say price enters here, okay? We're looking at this area here, and price has pushed up to this new higher high, okay? We call it a higher high because it's higher than this high. Does that make sense? Okay, so it pushes up to a higher high, pulls down again to a new low, but we call this a higher low because it's higher than this low here. Okay, higher high, higher low, and this is what makes an uptrend. This is what characterizes an uptrend, okay? Higher highs and higher lows. And on the opposite side of the spectrum, we have our downtrend, which is represented by lower highs and lower lows. So price is set here. It pulls down to a lower low, pushes up to a lower high because this high is lower than this high, a new lower low, and so on and so forth. So that characterizes our downtrend. Okay, and when we have our uptrend, it's also known as a bullish trend, or maybe your teacher that you're watching on Go Live has said, the market is going long. Okay, and this all means that we've got some upward momentum, some bullish momentum. It's the bulls versus the bears, right? So we know that it's going in upwards trajectory. And I've actually taken a screenshot from one of my charts. I think this is Euro GBP from last week. But you can see we've got a really nice uptrend here. We've got prices set here. We've got a new high, a new higher low, and a new higher high, right? So does that make sense? That's a nice example there. And then we have our downtrend, otherwise known as a bearish trend. We've got bearish momentum pulling the money down, or your teacher might tell you to short the currency pair. So it's really important that we just learn all these different terminologies and words, just so that when you're doing your education, you never feel that you're left in the lurch because you don't understand what a word means, right? Really important. You don't have to use them yourself, but just know what other people are saying or how they're describing the market, okay? So when your teacher tells you, hey, we're going to short this currency pair, because they are American, apparently, then you are going to get ready to go in for a sell, okay? Because there's bearish momentum. You've got a nice bearish trend. So what you can see here, I've also drawn a line on my bearish trend here. The market is going down, but you can also see this blue line here, and that was taken from this area over here, right? So what is really important to do, because although you looked at this and you might think, oh, it's going up, I might go in for a buy. This screenshot was taken from the 1 hour chart. So when you zoom out and take a look at the bigger picture, you can see that actually, even though we had, yes, some bullish momentum here, we actually had a very strong, in the middle of a very strong downtrend, okay? So it wouldn't have been the best idea to go in for a buy then. So it's really important to always look at the bigger timeframes and work your way down in order to make more sophisticated trading choices, okay? Cool. Guys, we are going into more skills and drills, and we're going to be looking at pips. So pip stands for point in percentage, and that is how we calculate the market. So we've got our candles and they're moving in these waves, but how are we actually calculating their value, and how do we know what we're going to be earning or potentially risking? And you do that with pips. So a pip is a unit of measure to express the change in value between two currencies. And here we have got Euro GBP on the 1 hour time frame, and price is currently sitting at the 0.88418. Okay, and what we do when we're manipulating these numbers, we take off this last number. That's known as a pipette, and that is the smallest point of percentage that you can analyze a currency. So we take that off, we don't need that. And we focus on these two numbers here, 41, okay? We just think of it as 41. If you're then going over into the next boundary of 100, then yes, we'll be looking at these three numbers, but does that make sense? But at the moment, we're just looking at this 41. Okay, and what I'm going to do a nice small trade here. Let's say I'm going to go for a buy for 10 pips. So I just want to catch 10 pips. All I do is add 10 to this 41. So that then becomes 51. So my take profit level is going to be at 0.88518 because we put the pipette back on, even though we don't tend to manipulate it. Okay. So my take profit level is 0.88518. So here's another question, okay? Let's say I want to catch 30 pips going in for a buy. Who can tell me where my take profit level is going to be? Who can tell me where my take profit level is going to be? Guys, we've got South Africa in the house. No way. Oh, he messaged me privately. South Africa is in the house, guys. 71. Okay, yeah, 71. But what is that? Where's my take profit level? So when I'm using my trading app, where am I going to set my take profit level? And guys, when I say trading app, for all of the newbies, I don't mean Trading 212. We do not use Trading 212. It's not a good trading app. It's basically a gambling app. Like, if you're going to use that to trade, you're probably better off going to the gambling shop and actually placing a bet. I find it a very irresponsible platform because there's no room for analysis. A lot of the time people don't know what they're doing and they're just encouraged to spend their money on this app. So if you're actually looking into trading, delete Trading 212 from your phone and download MetaTrader 4. Okay, we'll go into that a bit later. It's free on the App Store or for the Android store, MetaTrader 4. Okay, yes, my take profit level is at 0.88718. So here's another example. What if I wanted to catch 20 pips going for a sell? Who can tell me what is going to happen then? 20 pips going for a sell. Where shall I set my take profit level? I just want to catch 20 pips. What's that, like a third, nearly a third of my 5% a day? Amazing. Charlie's got it. Vinny has got it. Gemma has got it. Yes, it's 0.88218. And it really is that simple, guys. People always say to me, oh, I'm not good at maths. You don't need to be good at maths. It comes with practice. So long as you can count from 1 to 100, anyone can trade. I promise you, I promise you. It might look a bit scary, but you're going to get better. I promise you. I will make sure of it personally. Let's move on to another one. Ooh, okay. Euro NZD on the 15-minute. Also, I do like to show my own trades on here as well, just to give you good examples. So when I'm taking my screenshots, I am showing like actual entries that I've taken, just so you guys can get a general idea. Okay, so Euro NZD on the 15-minute time frame, we have entered this trade at the 1.81106. And my take profit level, take profit 1, is up here. Who can tell me how many pips I'm trying to catch? Who can tell me how many pips I'm trying to catch? I feel like I've abandoned the YouTube crew. Ah, Mauricio is here. Mauricio. Sorry. Nice to see you guys. I love the YouTube crew. You're always on the live session. I need to do more, guys. This is why I've got this whole new setup, okay? This is for the YouTube. Okay, who can tell me how many pips I've tried to catch? Okay, Vinny, you're kind of there. Too many, Galaxy says. Too many? No, it's never enough. There are never enough pips, people. Okay, Layla, I see what you've done there. Okay, cool. Yeah, there we go. Yes, guys, I'm going in for a buy to catch 30 pips on the up. And again, we just kind of ignore the pipette. In terms of like what it actually will calculate to, it's going to differ depending on the currency that you're using, because obviously different currencies have different values, but all in all, 30 pips. Okay, let's move on to our next drill. Skills and drills, skills and drills. Okay, cool. So first of all, my first question, who can tell me what the trend is here? So earlier I gave you an uptrend, I gave you a downtrend, I gave you some sideways consolidation. Who can tell me what's going on here? And I think this is really good actually, because you know, the market can move in whatever way she wants. And it's really important that, especially as beginners, you get to understand this. So you're going to look at a chart some days and be like, ooh, what's going on here? Okay, but just break it down. So Donna is saying bullish. Monique is saying up. We've got bullish. This happens a lot. Yes. Uptrend continuation. Love it. Okay, so yes, we have got a lot of bullish momentum here, but let's break this down. We've got this sideways consolidation here. This is definite sideways movement because yes, we've got series of ups, downs, uptrend, downtrend, right? It's actually bouncing around this range. If I were to draw two horizontal lines, you would see it's moving in this sideways channel. So this is our consolidation area. And then we've had this injection of money into the euro. So something's happened in the news. I remember this because there was nothing scheduled in the news actually that day. So I wasn't prepared for this movement at all. Luckily, I was going in an uptrend. So that's, I was fine going for a buy. But I wasn't prepared for this at all. So that means that something has happened in the real human world that, obviously we can't preempt. But it will have an effect in the market. So whatever happened in relation to trade that day, that had a massive effect on money during that time. So we had some big bullish momentum, and then we continued on this path of consolidation. So the euro really didn't know what it was doing that day. It was very, very interesting. But my second question here, so to answer that, we had, yes, bullish momentum is what I want to say, but majority is sideways consolidation. Okay, just really good to see some examples of that. Okay, so now my second question for you is I want to know how many pips there is in this area of liquidity. So liquidity, this is a really important word to write down. When we have these big movements, this area of space is where the banks tend to want to retrace to go back and fill that space, just to double check that money is in the right place. Okay, so this is known as liquidity. And I want to know how many pips there are in this space. So if I were to maybe enter into a sell and catch it all the way down, how many pips would I actually be catching? Oh, we've got some answers in the chat. Vinny, you need to add one more. Christina is raising her hand. I can't see my participants. Guys, there are 38 of you on here. That is so, guys, I love seeing you every single Thursday. And we have the YouTube crew in as well. So nice to see. Christina has a hand raised. Christina, do you have a question? Because we can save it for my hotline bling session at the end, my favorite part. What time is it? Okay. Hotline bling, we never get enough time for that. So let's move on. Yes, guys, totally right. 104 pips. Massive movement in an hour. Crazy. So if you add 104 to 38, you would then come to this number here. I'm not going to say 142, but yeah, you're moving up into the next boundary of 100. So 104 pips was in this area. Let's move on to the next. Okay. GBP AUD, a very nice currency pair, very ranging. The spread is quite big with these candles. Money tends to move quite quickly. So for example, one candle can be about 30 pips, right? So it's just really good to know the characteristics, the different personalities of the currency pairs. And this is how you'll get to know your favorite. GBP AUD is not my favorite, but it's reliable. It's a reliable pair. Okay, so let's say, okay, I'm going to go in and anticipate. We've had some bearish momentum here, and I'm going to assume that price is going to consolidate for a bit, and then it's going to continue on a downtrend. We're going to have another pull in the bearish direction. So I want to go in for a sell. And I want to catch 33 pips going in for a sell. Where should I set my take profit level? 33 pips. And let's say I only want to have a 10 pip stop loss. That would never work with GBP AUD, by the way, but let's just, Agalicu's shaking her head. Yeah, no, I would never do this in GBP AUD, but for the purposes of this education, 10 pip stop loss. Where shall I set my my stop loss level? And where should my take profit level be? So confused. It's okay. If this feels hard, trust me, you're going to get better. If this is your first session, please don't be overwhelmed. You're going to get better at this. Come again next Thursday. I'll still be here. It's okay. Yeah, Gemma, we are getting onto a little bit more of like the technical stuff, but this is your first time. So like, it's okay. You're going to be fine. Again, it's just counting from 1 to 100. It just looks a bit scary. So you're confused. Okay, let's go again. Galaxy's in there, but I'm going to explain it again. So price is currently sitting at the 1.89632. And I want to go in for a sell and catch 30 pips. Where am I going to set my take profit level? So remember, we take off the pipette at the end and we just manipulate these two numbers, the 63, and I'm trying to catch 33 pips. So all I need to do is take away 33 from 63. Okay, and the same for my stop loss. Stop loss is very, very important. And I'm going to have a 10 pip stop loss. So my stop loss means it's going in the other direction. So 10 pips in the other direction. Okay. So, girl, yeah, you got it, girl. So my take profit level, I'm going in for a sell, trying to catch a nice 30 pips, right? My take profit level is going to be at the 1.89302 because I'm just taking away 33 from 63. And my stop loss, 10 pips, all I do is add 10 to 63. So my stop loss is going to be at the 1.89732. Guys, easy as chips. If it doesn't feel easy, I promise it's going to get easier. Just stick at it, okay? It comes with practice because once you're taking trades on the bus on the way to work, right? Maybe you're waiting at the train station, waiting for your train to come in and you see a trade idea and you want to put it in. You're going to get really good at calculating your stop loss and take profit levels very quickly. But that is going to come with practice, okay? So don't think after one hour session with me, you're going to become a pro trader. I promise you it doesn't work that way, okay? So let's move on. Okay, so we've got our pips, we know how to calculate them, but how are we actually engaging in the market? And this is where it goes back to my little lecture in the very beginning with leverage, okay? So we use position sizes in order to manage how much we're exposing of our account at any one time. So let's say you've got a big amount of money and you want to choose how much of it people can see at any one time. It's kind of like that, okay? And the smallest position you can have is called a micro lot. 10 cents per pip, 0.01 position. So let's say you've got £100 in your account, 0.01. If you've got £400 in your account, 0.04 position. So let's say I've got £980 in my trading account. What is my lot size going to be? £980 in my account. Ah, there we go. Okay, so Galaxy, I like what you've done. You're trying to save me money. I'm going to try and make me over leverage a little bit. So because I've got £980 in my account, remember it's 0.01 per £100. That means I've got a 0.09 lot size. So as soon as you go over and increase your lot size, but your account actually isn't ready for it, that is known as over leveraging. So you're risking your account. 9.8. SNTS is trying to make me break my bank. No, sir. 0.09. When you move up to having, so let's say you've got your first £1,000 in your account, right? 0.1 position. Well, oh, guys, it's so easy. Once you get to that stage, money moves nice, okay? You just need to drip feed your account. Use your risk management. Don't over leverage. Drip feed, drip feed, drip feed. And after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, in 6 months, your account should be looking sweet, okay? You just need to make sure that you're committed enough to it and you just stick to your trading rules. Okay, so if you need help calculating these in terms of your position size and maybe calculating your risk, forextime.com and my FX book are fantastic online resources. I have them bookmarked and I use them every single day. And I suggest that you guys do too, just to make sure that you're always on top of your risk management. Very, very important. We're not only traders, we are also our own account management. Guys, it's late, I'm sorry. Managers. And we also had a question regarding stop loss. And I'm going to go over that in our hotline bling session in a moment. Okay, just a few other words that you guys really should know. And a lot of traders actually don't. So we talk about volatility and spread and things like that. And everyone's like, what does that actually mean? Okay, now for the people at the back, we go into school. Okay, volatility is the variation of a trading price over time. The variation of a trading price over time. Okay. We then have the spread, which is the price difference between buy and sell price. The price difference between buy and sell price. So when we say there's a big spread on a candle, that's exactly what we're talking about. Okay. And then we have leverage, which is, like I said earlier, the exposure that you wish to receive on your account at any one time. The exposure that you receive on each pound in your account at any one time. Okay. And guys, it really is as simple as that. And I say that there's been a lot of information. So for brand new newbies, this might be a lot. However, this is only step one. And once you master this, once you master all of this basic stuff, you can be trading. Like there is no reason why you can't be using a simple strategy, catching your pips and go, you know? It's for those of you who then want to maybe do a bit of market geometry and learn some other trading styles. That's when it becomes more complicated. But guys, trading really is very straightforward. I know kids that are doing this, and in Dubai, they teach it in schools to 10-year-olds. So it really isn't hard. We don't need to put ourselves down because of fear and things like that, you know? We're not all born mathsy. I was not born mathsy at all. But it's very, very easy to pick up. It just comes with practice, okay? But now is the time that you need to start thinking about what kind of trader are you? What is your style? Are you a fundamentals trader? So trading the news, which might be longer swing trades. You're holding a position for a long period of time. Or you might be a technicals trader. So you're doing chart analysis, which I absolutely love. I'm definitely a technicals trader. What currency pairs are you going to be trading? Like what's going to be your favorite currency pairs and how is that going to work with your schedule? Again, so what sessions you're going to be trading? You also need to have a trading plan. If you don't have a trading plan and a very organized approach to your trading sessions, then you're not going to be able to see where you're going in terms of your financial goals. So if you don't have financial goals, start thinking about those now. Okay. And then guys, mindset. The rest of it literally is mindset. I always say that trading is 5% entering and exiting trades, 5% analysis, 90% patience, 90% waiting, 90% mindset. And I will be so frank, okay? The majority of people who start trading quit within their first year, because trading is not for the weak-hearted. It's not for the wishy-washy. So you don't have to be an amazing trader. Like with driving, there are plenty of idiots on the road, right? You don't have to be an amazing trader to still be making money. You don't have to be a 5-star Michelin chef to eat healthy. You can just learn a few basics and still be healthy and live a healthy life, right? This is exactly the same. Learn the basic skill, nurture your bank account, and then as you get better, your trading is going to get better, okay? But it's just about making sure that you last at least 6 months to a year. You're not going to be seeing instant results. But let's say, you know, we're all planning on, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're all planning on being alive for the next however many years. Think about how different your life could be if you just started this skill now. I always wish that I learned this skill a long time ago. But I'm just so thankful that I've got this now, because I know within 5 years' time, I'm going to be hitting those financial goals. I already have been hitting my financial goals, and now they're changing. Yeah. So it is about mindset. Okay. So just make sure that you're really strict. Woo! Make sure you're really strict with your trading schedule. You know, you've got live educators to be learning from. They are your mentors. So even though, yes, you've got your mentors, like I'm a mentor, we're here to support you. Those educators are also your mentors. So watch their calls, learn from them. You can also ask them questions via Pip Talk. Okay. So you can create your own schedule, and, you know, so that once you learn really formal, you can just trade casual on the bus, because that is when I do some of my best trading. Okay. Make sure you learn the skills so that you can trade on the bus. Earn those pips before you go to work. How about that? Yeah. Pips before work. Could you imagine? It's amazing. Okay. Guys, it is time for my favorite part of the day. It is my hotline bling. So we're kind of working on this still. Hopefully you guys have got this nailed now. If anyone has a question, I'm going to unmute you so you can ask me like as if I'm a radio DJ. Okay. And this hasn't been happening properly. So I want someone to actually unmute themselves. So if anyone has a question, put a little hand raise or an emoji so that I can see it, and then I can unmute you. 36 people in the call. Somebody is bound to have a question. Let's go. I'm ready to see who has a question for me, who I can unmute. Victor has got a question, sir. Here we go. Hello.
Hi, Jessica. This is wonderful.
Ah.
I really don't know anything about Forex, and my wonderful friend in the UK, Francis, told me about this, that, you know, I could, you know, make more money from this platform. Now, I get to understand a bit of what you said, and I know that this is not something I can turn to a genius or a pro just immediately. And I want to ask, how often can this training go? For a month, I say. I mean, through a month. Is it every Thursday, or how many times a week does this training go? Because I really want to be a pro. I really love everything I've heard.
Ah, yes.
I love everything I've heard. I want to be a pro. I want to put my my time into it, and I want to buy the kind of house that you said you bought.
Okay, amazing. I'm going to mute you again so I can answer your question. So you want to be a pro trader? Amazing. Guys, you don't have to be a pro trader as well. Like, say you know, I'm not putting down having a 9 to 5. Like, having a job is fantastic, and do what you want to do. But, you know, as a way of having an extra bit of income to cushion your life, so you're not relying on that job to supply you with everything. We're realizing now in this time that having one source of income is not enough, especially in this 2020. Okay. Trading is fantastic to just do as a little side hobby. Okay. Like nurturing your garden, right? So you want to be a pro trader. Amazing. This training session for beginners happens every single Thursday, but I am going to be doing more stuff on my YouTube. So you can definitely follow me on YouTube, which is Jessica's Trading Journal. Follow me over there, click subscribe so you don't miss my stuff. I'm putting out a lot more content. So anytime you need any help, just message me on there or on Instagram. But trading, guys, is super, super easy to learn. Very, very hard to commit to. You don't have to be trading all day. Half an hour to an hour is enough. That's all I really tend to do. But, you know, if you can't last a year, you know, you're not going to be a pro trader. Okay. You may not make money in your first month. You may not make money in your second month. But when that third month hits and everything is clicking and it's like you've hacked the matrix and you can see a chart and just understand what's happening, that is when the game changes and you start to become consistently profitable. And that is when you start growing your account regularly. Life feels great. You're then moving up those lot sizes. As soon as you hit like a 0.04, so £400 in your account, money moves really, really nicely. And you can be earning like 50 quid a day, depending on what your strategy is, right? So it's just drip feeding your account. We can have small losses. We don't do big losses, okay? Small losses, small wins, and even bigger wins as you get better. Okay, so that's really how to do it. So, Sinaliso, I'm going to unmute you. Let's go. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm having problems here.
That's okay. I can hear you.
Hi, Jessica. South Africa here.
Hey.
I have some question here. How to deal with losses or react when you're experiencing losses?
Oh,
did you hear my question?
Yeah. So when I'm experiencing losses, what?
How do you cope with the situation?
How do I cope? Oh, I'm so glad you asked that question. So a massive part of trading is having drawdown and having losses. You like, if anyone ever tells you that they have been 100% profitable, they are lying to you. That's not part of the game. The point is that you have more wins than losses. Okay, it's like when you start your own business, you're going to have expenses. You have to think of it like that. You're going to have your expenses, but so long as at the end of the day or at the end of the week you are still profitable, that is what we want. You came out with more money than you went in. So dealing with drawdown is a lot. And I, in the beginning, had a real scarcity mindset. I was holding on to money. I hated seeing the reds and I would stress out and I would, pull out early. But that means I was choosing to make the losses. Okay. And I'm going to be really real with you. Like, I grew my own account massively. And then when Corona hit, I made mistakes, which you can figure out on my YouTube channel because I talk all about it there. But I made my own mistakes and I lost a lot of money. Like, I lost a lot. I lost the majority of my account. So now when I see drawdown, it doesn't faze me. Like, I'm so calm. I don't get anxiety. I don't get FOMO, but that's because I've had to work at my mentality. I had things that in my, in my programming in my mind that I had to work on. And this is what I say to everyone: trading changes people, because you're going to feel every emotion in the book. And Agaliki can definitely vouch for me on this one. You will come across every possible emotion in the book when it comes to trading. And, experiencing stress and anxiety when you're seeing those reds is one of them. But so long as you are profitable at the end of the day, or maybe you have a bad day, but you have a great week, or maybe you have a bad week and you have a great month, right? In March to April, I had a terrible month. That's probably the first month I've ever come out with more losses than I had wins. But I'm still back on track and I'm ready to have a good year. Okay, so long as you can stick it out, you will be profitable. The only way that you can fail as a trader is if you quit. Okay, that is it. Okay, we've got 2 minutes. Let's have one more. Vinny has got his hand up. I love this, guys. I actually feel like a DJ. You're making my dreams come true. I'm going to unmute you. Vinny, are you there?
Good evening.
Hello.
Hello. Just a quick one. If obviously most people work, or some people are working due to COVID-19, and you can only dedicate a short space of time each day. What time frame would you suggest would be the best time to sort of work things around the working day to make trades?
Amazing point. Okay, cool. So work around work around you, like what times are you willing to work, or what times are you willing to dedicate to the market? So when I started, I'm a dancer, and the majority of my time is spent on film sets or in the studio training. And I was too busy. To trade. And all I could do was wake up an hour earlier and trade from 6 in the morning. So I actually had to create another hour in my day. Okay. But if you've got all this time at home and you can maybe find an hour here, an hour there, there'll definitely be an educator for you or a strategy for you that's going to work for that time frame. The London daybreak session, it does have the most volatility, but again, it's not for everyone, especially if you don't have that time. So we have the breakfast club in our trading group and in IM Academy. The trading club is at 6:30 every morning with Baz Koidman, my favorite educator. He is fantastic. And I grew my biggest account with him. I grew it by an exponential amount in 30 days. I actually hit my 60-day target in under a month. So when you're trading with the educators, you are going to be seeing the results a lot quicker. and you can make it work. And you know, it's like you're trading with a family, like everyone's in it together, and you're learning the strategies at the same time as well. So I would always recommend the Breakfast Club because it's my favorite and I still do it every single day. But I'm also trading at 4 a.m. in the morning because there's a particular strategy and a teacher that I love that he just happens to trade at 4 in the morning. So I'm up doing that. But you know, you're going to find something that works for you. And make sure you're using Go Live and look at the schedule just so you can see who is on when, and maybe try and work your schedule around that. Does that help? Yeah, we got a thumbs up, guys. Amazing. Cool. It is 9 o'clock on the dot, guys. I have had so much fun teaching you today with my new setup.
I'm not sure I understand.
Ha! Siri, now's not a good time. I've had an amazing time with you guys. And for those of you on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed watching this too. I will catch up with the chat box in a little bit. But guys, if you've had some value from this call today, if you're brand new and you're coming away learning something new today, throw some 8s in the chat. 8, the infinity symbol. Throw some 8s in the chat for me. Jordan's got value. Vinny has got some value. And I like your headset, Vinny. Very flash. Fliss has got value. So good. I'm so glad. And remember, guys, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to message me or send me a voice note because I will be more than happy to answer your questions. Okay, guys? I love doing this session every single Thursday, and I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get on those charts. I hope you guys have a really profitable week. I'm Trade Creatives. Let me put that in now. Trade Creatives. Bye, guys. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Hey, yes, Lawson. Let's be profitable. Let's catch those pips. Pips, pips. See you on Sunday. See you on Sunday. On YouTube, I do a markup session every single Sunday. So if you want to do some more live sessions with me, hit me up or follow me on YouTube, Jessica's Trading Journal. I feel like I'm doing a podcast, guys. This is really fun. Okay, really nice to see you. I'm going to end the call right now. Have a lovely evening. Have a glass of wine or a gin if that's a bit of you. I have nothing here in my flat, so it will probably be a cup of tea and an early night. Very exciting. Bye, guys.